have why Gen Z, I'm Gen Z by the way, I'm 21 years old, about to turn 22 this year. Why Gen Z will never own anything. Why Gen Z will never own anything. I'm Gen Z, I'm 21 years old. Um, the job market is shit. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. I mean, I got money to live. Like, I'm living off, like, I had a job and then I stopped working, but I saved up enough money to, like, I could go a couple months without a job. But the job market is shit. The job market is shit. I'm tired of. I think Indeed. I said this. I said this before I seen it. Like before it was a thing to say. I promise. I remember saying I was like, I don't think some of these shits is real jobs, bro. I was like, bro, ain't no fucking way I put in 30. I was putting in 30 to 50 applications a day. I'm talking. I'm just applying. I'll be putting in 30 to 50 applications a day, and I would only get maybe 2 or 3 callbacks, right? And then one of them jobs is fucking. And then another thing, when did jobs, bro? Hold up, gang. First of all, the job market is shit. Second of all, half of them jobs is not real jobs. I think they just be wanting to collect data, collect info, make it seem like niggas applying, but they not hiring. And then they say like ain't 90 or 80% of the jobs filled by a friend or a family member. Like people, it say 90% of the time people get jobs based off who they know. And bro, when the fuck did jobs start doing 2 interviews, 3 interviews? I promise you, I'm not lying. It was this one job I said. They said there was the first interview, then they said it was another Zoom interview. Then it was like I swear, it was like one that had like 3 or 4 interviews. Bro, how many times you gotta interview a nigga before they get the job? Like, what? I don't get it. What was that? I don't get that shit at all, bro. I don't. I really don't. But that's the little rant I just want to talk about, bro. That's the little rant I want to talk about before, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into the video. Let's get to the video. But we have Why Gen Z Will Never Own Anything by TommyNFG. And I'm gonna subscribe. I'm actually subscribe because I actually fuck with his videos for sure. Fuck with the videos for sure. Fuck with the videos. But Why Gen Z Will Never Own Anything.
Subscription models were first started as a good thing and date back to the 17th century. They were meant to give an alternative to people who couldn't afford something at the time. In the 1860s, milk delivery services in the UK officially became a subscription service. Streaming services were bought by people because you could access a ton of content without having to buy the actual media every time. And people went in at the time with the thought of, wow, so much stuff, this is such a great price. Surely they want to increase the price every year by 5% and remove every show I like. Oh wait, yeah, there's honestly one post that inspired me to make this entire video, and you may have probably already heard about it. DoorDash announces buy now,
I've seen this.
pay later partnership with Klarna. Like how?
And then also see Cash App. You can also get a loan from Cash App now, or like you could get money from Cash App. Recession indicator.
Can you see this as a human being and think the world is doing okay? Imagine getting your car repoed because you were a year late on that Chipotle burrito order you bought one day. It looks like more and more that not only have we turned into a subscription-based society, but we're turning into a buy now and pay later.
Nah, I am not with this shit at all, nigga. Apple Pay, I'm still using my regular shit. Don't know, I'm not using this shit. That's the fucking setup. It sounds good because you're like, oh, I only gotta pay $5-10 now. But think about it. If you imagine you doing that shit add up, bro. I was always told if you can't buy twice, don't buy once. And I also saw another rich person say if you can't buy 10 times, don't buy once. But I don't know about that. But yeah, if you can't buy twice, don't buy once.
Later society. Soon enough, everything's gonna have a Klarna tag on it, and you can buy now, pay later with it. Need a gun on the subway, but don't have $1? 4 easy payments of 25 cents each month. Need an Uber to drop you off somewhere, but don't got the money? 4 easy payments of $5 a month. And
and that shit add up.
A wild guess at the generation that uses the subscription model the most. According to stats, 93% of Gen Z have at least one subscription service. And we're the biggest drivers of this whole
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Nah, I would just say, I guess, like, my Apple storage shit. The Apple storage, I do pay for that.
Subscription economy. And I'm calling it now. Give it a couple of years and we'll be the biggest drivers in the buy now, pay later model. I think at the end of Gen Z's run, just like how every generation has certain things they're known for, we'll be known as the generation that own nothing. Before the subscription model dominance, everyone would save up to actually buy things. If it was music, you went to a record store and bought the music of whoever you wanted to. If it was games, you went to the game store and bought whatever.
Midnight drop. I mean, I never had a midnight drop, but I remember niggas was at GameStop 12 a.m. when that shit was dropping. Not no more.
Games you wanted. And a lot.
I never liked that shit too, cause I used to love, especially like I don't know if y'all can see it in the background, but I still got my Xbox 360. So I always liked the disc, and the disc had artwork, the case had artwork, you know, the books in the cases. It used to be like a little manual handbook. Sometimes that shit came with stickers. Like, I feel like all that, like, that's a lost art now. Like, physical media was more creative. I think physical media was more creative because you had to do things with it. You know what I'm saying? Now everything is just digital. Like, you don't have to worry about a case and a handbook and a manual and the front of the cover and the back of the cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that everything is accessible, but things are definitely less creative.
A lot of times I feel like Gen Z forgets that we grew up in these times before everyone switched. Like, everyone got their own childhood game collection growing up. And it's sad to know, after the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One release, everyone slowly had their collection stacking up less and less with the new generations of consoles.
And then, of course, we all sold that shit for a trade-in or the little bit of money we could get for the PS4. And it's funny because now I actually regret. I don't know when I said this, but I remember saying I regret selling my PS3. I regret selling my PS3. I remember I still had my PS3 in 2014. I swear I still had my PS3 in 2014. And I regret selling that shit. I do. I really do.
Consoles. I remember the feelings vividly of going to my homie's house and seeing.
And this is the thing, they don't make it no more. So, man, I don't know. Like, eventually that shit gonna become obsolete. Like, not obsolete, but all these, it's only so many PS3s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if are we gonna run out of PS3s?
What type of games they had in their collections. And I understand why people wouldn't want to go out to the store every time a new game releases. But the feeling of getting that game and that saran wrap and the beautiful packaging, it was just
literally
better. And
And another thing I don't like, bro, I realized this with the with the Spider-Man game when I bought the Spider-Man game. When I bought the Spider-Man game, the one thing hold up, my bad. I remember with the Spider-Man game, one thing I realized with the Spider-Man game that made me like, this kind of like showed me that like gaming was different. I remember like just really showed me that like, damn, times is really different. Like, I remember when I bought the Spider-Man 2 game, I bought that shit, right? I bought it $70. I bought $70, right? Games are $70, but that's not the point. So $70, I buy the game, and I remember I'm thinking, cause I'm so used to. I know I should be used to it, but I was just like, damn, cause like I was excited when the Spider-Man 2 game came out. I was excited, and when I bought the game, I'm like, can't wait to play this shit. And my internet was ass. I got better internet now, but I remember back when I played the Spider-Man game, my internet was ass. And bro, I remember that shit said it took like, it was gonna take 2 hours to download. And I was like, and bro, it was already like 1, 2 in the morning. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, buy it and play it, like how it used to be. And I remember I bought the game, that was my knuckle. I bought the game, and then, like I said, it was gonna take 2 hours to download. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna stay up. And then, of course, your internet ass, so there'll be like 2 hours, 2 hours, 18 minutes, 2 hours, 6 minutes, 2 hours, 17 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying? The shit was always like, I was just like, but yeah, I went to sleep and then woke up the next day and played the game. But that's what I'm saying, like, that shit killed the hype for me. Like, not that it killed the hype, but I was just like, damn, like, you can't play games instantly no more. Like, you legit have to wait and download. Back then, you could just pop that bitch in there. Or if you did download a disc, it did not take as long to download discs back on the PS3 or Xbox 360. It used to take maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes or less to download something if you did have to. Like, but the Spider-Man game, that experience showed me that like gaming was different for sure. That experience showed me that gaming was different.
Was one of the people that waited in line at midnight to get a game drop, but seeing the old videos of people waiting for the new Call of Duty to drop or anything is so nostalgic. And people's first worries with digital content taking over for the next generations was that because you didn't physically own it, they could take it at any moment.
Yep, and that's another thing about and it's funny because my old boy used to burn CDs too, and I always thought that shit was stupid. He knew.
And there's nothing you could do.
That nigga knew.
But everyone thought surely that would never happen. That's too preposterous. How dare they? Until Sony tried it in 2023. Sony in 2023 announced it was going to remove Discovery Channel content for every PlayStation user's library because their licensing agreement was expiring. And the most interesting fact from this entire thing I learned is that Mythbusters has a game. I thought the Discovery Channel was just lions fighting and I didn't know they had something like that in their bag. And when they first announced it, you would think they would have at least told people whether or not they were getting refunds. But they had zero mention of it. So people got pissed off the fact that they were going to take away the...
But see, they realized people... They was like, hey, we could start doing this. Because see, they always try that shit once. And then once they see like, oh, they not that mad. Or this don't affect the money that bad. We could keep doing it. They always go... One company going to set it off. Anything like a new trend. One company gonna set it off, and then the rest follow.
Games people bought and not give them a refund. They announced a couple weeks after that they're reversing the decision and managed to update the licensing arrangements. But if they were able to update it so fast, then why the didn't they do that in the first place?
See what I'm saying? It's about the fucking money.
It's looking like
they ain't wanna pay that shit.
Sony was testing the waters to see what they could get away with at first.
And yes,
imagine being able to build.
Yes, I'm picking my nose. Sorry.
I think things like this is a big part, and when people talk about Gen Z is the generation that will never own anything.
And that's why I always be like, or like them jokes like, I need to get rich. Not like that. I be like, I need to get rich because I want to own some shit. Have some shit to pass down.
No matter how annoying getting a physical copy will get, at least you know you 100% own it. And
facts. And not even that, but like, I have my Xbox 360 and I got a couple of games. I could plug that bitch up right now and put in Sleeping Dogs. I could plug that bitch up right now and go and play Skate 3. It's not gonna take two. If I wanted to play Skate 3 off of my 360, I could do that right now. If I wanted to play Sleeping Dogs off my 360, I could do that right now. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro.
If Sony could do something like this potentially, then imagine all the major gaming storefronts. They probably got it written in the middle of the 1,000-page term and conditions that they could do it, which is...
And that's why they make that shit so long. They know your ass not finna read that shit.
That's why I personally always read all terms and conditions in length before signing anything. Not risking them putting in small text that they could take my soul in any moment if I disobey them. Another reason on why people say most of Gen Z will never own anything is housing and the fact that most of Gen Z will never own a house. I think most...
Yeah, the housing market is shit right now. Houses are too fucking expensive. If... To have a house in this, it depends on where you live. Because if you live in maybe like Delaware or some shit nobody go, then yeah, you might, you know what I'm saying, get some shit for the low. But if you live in Miami, Texas, New York, Cali, any Chicago, any state that's attractive to other people to go, like you want to take a trip there or go there, those places are very expensive to live, tourist states. So I would definitely say the housing market is... Think about it. One person, you have to be at least one person making what, 100,000, 200,000 a year, or two people make like, I don't think if there's anyone out there watching this, if this even reaches somebody, if you own a house, I'm not an apartment, not a town. No, I'm talking a real house you pay a mortgage, not a rent, mortgage. What do you do? Cause bro, like a one person household, like you the only breadwinner in that motherfucker, and you could take care of the house. I need to know what you do, cause to be able to have a house by yourself in this economy, you're winning.
People probably won't even start the process of getting one. Like, our generation's already having a hard time trying to get an apartment. Because nowadays, they be requiring you to make 3x the income just to rent it. Just worry
Just to rent it.
if you get your money at the end of the month or not, my don't worry on the ways I had to get it. Imagine you're someone making a good salary, like $6,000 a month. You think something like $3,000.
And look, and everybody not making $6,000 a month. So that's just being honest. That's being a little generous. 6,000, like you said, that's a good job. These customer service fast food jobs, you ain't making no 6,000 a month.
A month is good because that's half your income and it's a nice place. Then they come back saying you gotta make at least $9,000. How the would I be able to cough up that money? I'm gonna have to go on the streets of Gotham as Batman to do that. The worst part about it too is there's not really anything we could do about it. All the
See, I say that shit all the time too, bro. The fucked up part is legit we can't do nothing about it. Even if we went and got another job tomorrow, and then after that you got another job tomorrow, it would still not be enough.
These massive investment companies have bought all the houses in America because they have unlimited money. Not just in America too, they do it in other countries. And they put the prices at whatever they want to because they can do whatever they want. They own the market. Which is why rentals are such a common thing now. But the older generation will still be like, "Grr, you darn kids, always complaining and never working. Just work harder and you can buy a house like me when I was 18. Like, buddy, you buy.
And bro, every time like the old people, bro, not old people, but the older generation, when they did that, say like you was able to send the kids to college, buy the kids school clothes, buy the kids groceries, still get your wife that new dress or necklace, still get that car that you maybe wanted, still get the new couch, still get the video game, still go to Disneyland off of one job. When I hear people really say like they was really able to live a comfortable, decent lifestyle off of regular working at Ross, working at Publix, like the regular jobs now, motherfuckers was able to buy a house off that job. Hearing that shit now, I just always be like, hey, I don't believe it. Like, cause it just sounds so far away. Like, I really can't believe that was a point. Like, my brain cannot fathom that, especially with the way shit is now.
A house for 2 chopsticks and a penny. Shut up. It took you 6 months of working at McDonald's to put a down payment on that house. It's crazy to me how the older generation still doesn't understand how much of a struggle it is to grow up in this time. They only started to realize after COVID hit and things started affecting them. The older they get, the less and less they want to listen though. And a lot of Gen Z will 100% follow what the older generation says, which I think is a big problem for us.
Me
the
too.
older generation is right on certain things, but other things, not so much. Like, for example, there are a lot of lazy that just sit down and scroll on TikTok all day and just goon the OF girls and
I'm one of them.
don't even try to find a job because they think things are so cooked that it's not worth even trying. And our generation also
Well, nah, I'm definitely not just sitting on my ass. Like I said, I'm starting a business, beauty product. I'm starting to stream. I want to be a rapper. I'm actually a better rapper than anything. I know everything I'm doing, I'm a better rapper. I know. I don't. Because I'm trying to separate. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring all that. Trust me, all this shit will come to fruition one day. All of it will.
doesn't have.
But, nah. It's not even that. Like, nobody wants to work. Like, being honest, nobody wants to work. We work because we have to. We work because we have to. No, when you was a kid and they asked you what you wanted to be, did you say customer service? Did you say Publix? Did you say retail? Did you say, you know what I'm saying? No one thinks that. You work because you have, because you need to pay them bills, because you want to buy that video game, because you want to buy them shoes, you want that Hellcat. You crash out. Nigga, you want to go buy a gun? That shit costs money too, nigga. So, in GTA. But that's what I'm saying, nigga. Everything about money. Whether you realize that or not, everything come down to money and race. I swear. That's the two things where everything come down to. Money and race. That's the two things everything be about. If it ain't about money, it's about race. If it ain't about race, it's about money. Simple. But it's not that me. Like I said, I worked a job and I saved up enough to I could live off of that. But I have a job, or had a job, and it's not that I don't have a problem working. I did it. I did it for 2.5 years. I worked a customer service job, but that shit can only take you so far. You don't get raises. Maybe unless I was at a shitty company, but you don't get raises. You don't get raises. You don't get bonuses. I remember the job told me I was supposed to get a referral bonus. They say for every person you refer, and that person has to stay on the job for at least 6 months, and you will get an $1,000 bonus. I put 4 people on, but only two people stayed, made it past the 6 months. And I promise you, the moment them niggas made it past 6 months, I went to HR. I hit on my supervisor. I hit on HR. I was like, hey, it's been 6 months. These niggas still work here. I still work here. Can I get? And like they say, for every person, nigga. So I had two. I'm thinking I'm gonna get $2,000. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a check, nigga. I'm thinking a check is coming. Nigga, I had to, and this was from home, so I can't go up to the office. I can't go speak to nobody else, see somebody. But man, you know these niggas. HR not in office right now. Then this super like it's just like the games they like. That's what I'm saying. These niggas will work you to the bone, and y'all niggas told me that. This what I'm saying. Y'all niggas promised me a bonus. That's on y'all. But bro, I remember it was just so hard to get in reaching. Like if I emailed them about, I'm like, yo, where my bonus? I email them, I don't get a message back 2-3 days later. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then like, it was just like shit like that. I was just like, man, long story short, I was just like, working ain't it, bro. You work because you have to, not because you want to. And like they say, do the things y'all, I don't believe that shit. I don't know. You only got one life. Live it how you want, bro. Fuck what anybody say. Do what you want to do. But, or how they also say, like, what else people be saying? Like, do the things you don't want to do so you could do the things you want to do. No, do the things you want to do so you could do the things you want to do. But that's how I see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was always that person when they be like, no, like Beyonce, to the left. I'm like, what's wrong with going to the right? Like, I was just always the person who always did different or always did, you know what I'm saying? I was always that kid. I was always that person. Like, even if, I ain't saying I'm one of them niggas who just try to be different on purpose, but I just always, you know what I'm saying, always, if everyone's going left, I just want to look to the right. I still might end up going to the left like everybody else, but I just want to see, like, what's over to the right. You feel me? That's the difference between me. I just think a little bit more, a little deeper. But I just rather start a business because a business could do more for me than a job can. I would say being a job is good because, every week, every 2 weeks, you finna get a check. But as a business owner, there's no ceiling. When you're a business owner, there's no ceiling. Nigga, you grow as big as your work ethic. You grow as big as your hustle, as big as you can allow yourself to be. And see, the thing is, look, at a job, you're gonna make $100-$200 a day. But let's just say as a business owner, you might make nothing for a week and then make $3,000 in a week. You might make nothing for a month and then make $10,000 a month. So that's the thing about being a business owner. The ceiling is higher, but the variables are more. It's more variables. But a job, there's less variables, but a lower ceiling. But a job just not for me. I'm only here one time. We only got one shot at this game called life. We only got one shot at this. So I'm gonna do it the way I see fit. And I need a lot of money first.
And no confrontations.
Oh!
But what they're 100% wrong on is the old system laid out for success. Like, in their time period, the things they're advocating for, yes, you could go to college, come out with your degree, and be guaranteed a nice, cozy office job with benefits 99% of the time. But nowadays, You gotta be Spartan fighting with your peers on LinkedIn just to be able to apply for a job. You gotta be pulling some tragic levels of backstabbing just to make it up the ladder. The biggest regret I've noticed a lot of times for people that graduated and are in debt and still can't find a job is that...
See, I mean, I don't know too much about college, and I don't know nobody that went to college. You see what I'm saying? I don't know no one that went to college. So if I'm around no one who went to college, what you think I'm not going to college? Nigga, fuck college. So that's one. I already knew I ain't like school. I already know I wasn't like going to college. I ain't like school. But bro, like another thing, bro, like think about that. You spend, like they say, you go to school. I would say get a trade. If I go to school, I'm going to trade school. I would go to trade school because I feel like if you know how to fix the AC, nigga, you could go to Texas and make money. You could go to Cali and make money. You go to Delaware and make money. You could go to Idaho and make money. Nigga, everyone, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a skill you could take on the road with you. Like, if you know how to do nails, if you know how to do hair, you could go do that in any state. You know what I'm saying? So, a skill or a trade is definitely better than a job to me. I'd rather go pick up a skill or a trade. And plus, when it's a skill or a trade, you could charge whatever you want. Like, to get your roof fixed, It costs a lot to get your roof fixed. It costs a lot to get a new AC system. It costs a lot if the plumbing fucked up. It costs a lot if the, you know what I'm saying, the power out or the electricity's a shortage in the circuits and the walls or whatever. Them niggas make bread. Them niggas be making 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 or whatever it is a job. Like them 20,000 a job. And get your roof fixed. That shit costs some money on. So I would definitely rather pick up a skill than a trade. If I ever, I'm going the entrepreneur route. While I have the opportunity and the privilege and the advantage to do so, I'm trying to do the entrepreneur route. But man, oh man. College, but think about that though. My bad, I'm just yapping. But think about that. Yo ass to go to college. And still be in debt. Yo ass to go to college for 4 years and still can't find a job. I don't know. Motherfuckers say you go to college for the people and the connections. Man, nigga, this ain't Connect 4. Don't give a fuck about a connection.
They always say they felt pressure by their parents and family to finish school.
And I wasn't finna be one of them. I refuse to have regrets. That's the one thing I hate is having regrets. Cause that shit eats you up. I would never want to have a regret. Especially something like that took 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my life. I would hate to regret a relationship, regret what I did or didn't do. No. I just do what I want or do what I can and deal with the consequences.
There is the aspect of some parents do truly want the best for their kids and they think that's the way they should go about it. But then there's this other toxic aspect of they don't even want to listen and still think their system is 100% foolproof. And they'll never admit it, but it's less about their kids graduating and a lot of times for their ego. They be wanting to flex to everybody what school their kid is going to and how good they're doing in school. And a lot of those kids end up blaming and resenting their parents for it. Which is why it could be hard, but you just gotta make the decision for yourself.
Exactly. Live for yourself. Even if you do want to make your parents proud, your parents not you. You not your parents. Live for yourself.
More and more people of our generation are realizing that, which I think has been a good thing. There is nobody out there who took that risk for something and it failed that say they regret taking the risk. Unless if, I don't know, maybe you try to rob a bank with your homies and you got arrested and got 20 years. Because you could always go back to that original formula and start again. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. You can always go back to college. You can't be 40 and be streaming. Niggas gonna call you unk and old and shit. You can't be 40 and rapping. Niggas might not fuck with that. But you could be 40 and go to college. You could be 40 and go get a trade. That's why I'm trying this while I can.
School is ever going away. Don't get me wrong too. I'm not one of those that says college is useless all the time and you should become a dropshipper on TikTok and be eternally sent to posting.
No, I'm college not for me. If you think college is for you, good. If you want to become a doctor, if you want to become, like, if you need college for a said profession, I would say do it. Or I'm not, this is me. I'm just giving, this is my brain, my thoughts. I ain't God and I ain't the police. You don't got to believe shit I'm saying. You don't got to honor shit I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just agreeing with him. Like, I mean, college is not for me. That's about it. College just ain't for me.
Ads like this for people to buy.
Mustard or ketchup?
That's actually kind of, it's kind of hard.
But something the older generations
You fuck with. That's why he showed it. He kind of fuck with that shit too.
don't acknowledge is the amount of ways you can earn money nowadays. Everyone knows there's like a million ways you can make money online. Half of Gen Z is also Uber drivers and Door Dashers instead of even having a traditional job, which you can have pretty much zero education to do. Some of these people are high school dropouts and make more doing those jobs than.
That's wild. Nah, them niggas be sleeping in their car though. Trust me, I done DoorDash and made over. I remember just the most, I think the most money I ever made, but I ain't never go like 24, 17 hours. I used to drive like 6, 7, 8, 9. But the most money I made DoorDashing was like maybe like, I think the most money I made DoorDashing like in a week was like 1,000 and some change, like 1,300, 1,400, something like that. That was the most I made in a week.
And a college grad. Don't drop out of high school though.
No, I'm not advocating that. Yeah, don't drop out. At least, yeah, get your high school degree. Even if you don't fuck with school, get your high school degree.
Very much stay your ass in school until you graduate. But
Yes. Especially if you ain't got shit going on. Cause think about it, nigga. If you 16, 17 and you drop out, yeah, life hits. Trust me. Y'all niggas stay in school and enjoy that shit as long as y'all can, boy. Cause once you graduate, shit get real.
My point is, college is a no longer end-all be-all for your life. A lot of our generation will sacrifice our passions and just to do it. But even if you do have the ideal scenario for the way you wanted things to go, it's not like it matters because your ass will probably never ever be able to get a house. It's insane seeing the contrast between how much you made back then and how much a house costed. You
I was about to.
could deadass work for 2 years with a fully saved up salary and buy a house in full. Gen Z.
See that? You could work a regular job. You could work at Ross for 2 years and buy a house back then. You could work at Publix, be a bag boy, and buy a house within 2 years. You could work at Walgreens.
And millennials had the worst time in growing up in the housing market. Because imagine not only having houses double the price in the span of 2 years because of COVID, but also having to balance that with the cost of living. By the way, the world is still not financially stable after COVID, so getting a house isn't even a question for people, it's surviving. Which is why most people are choosing to rent. At least it's more reliable than potentially having to go bankrupt over missing your mortgage payments. People have also been speculating that the new houses being built every year are becoming weaker and weaker. Like there's videos of construction workers showing how
Nah, this would never be. I mean, that shit do be vibey, it'd be funny, it'd be cool, but this would never be a good look.
badly some of the houses are actually built, and it's insane.
See all these $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses? Hell, here's one. There's one. All right. I want to show you what these son bitches are made out of.
Damn.
You see that?
You can punch through that shit.
Okay.
Nah, but y'all still building it. Nah, I'm pretty sure y'all finna add more to it, right?
There's this. Ain't shit to it. I want y'all's goddamn homes built out of fucking cardboard. 200 G's. 200 G's.
2025, there ain't gonna be nothing wrong with new construction.
Nah. But these real specific videos, though. And you see, and think about that. That's another thing. Things is getting more expensive, but the quality is going down. Chip bags don't got as much chips in that shit. Skittles and Lay's and gummy worms don't taste the same no more. I'm saying you buy a 5-pack of backwoods, it's only about 2 or 3 of them that's good for real. Things cost more, but the quality is going down. That's another problem. I ain't gonna lie, that's actually
If I
crazy.
can throw a Hail Mary through the wall of my house and it makes a hole, I know that getting wiped clean when any natural disaster hits. A new house is out of the question for most of Gen Z anyways, but even if you could afford it, that's what you're dealing with. Which is why a lot of people are advocating for people to buy older houses because they say they're more reliable. That American dream of buying a new spanking house after working hard
And think that's crazy. See what I'm saying? That's crazy.
is dead though. Like I'm not buying a driveway house. And you'll be lucky if you can even find a job for Gen Z nowadays. The job market is so cooked for so many people of our generation, it's crazy. You'll hear countless stories.
Yes, bro. Yes. I think I at least probably see a video like this like at least once a week. I'll at least see this once on TikTok.
Of people applying to like 100 jobs and getting one response back.
I swear to God. I was telling you, I was putting in 30 to 50 applications a day.
Maybe. And it's only ramped up because of COVID. Coming from someone who hasn't had a traditional job in years, I remember in like 2019 when I was in high school applying to a bunch and getting denied. But after about a week, I managed to work at this pizza place and get hired with 0 experience. It's almost impossible to have something like that.
No, you really have to be dedicated. You have to really. And this is another thing. Some motherfuckers don't want jobs. They just applying for them jobs because they know mama or pops are. You got to bring some money in. You don't want to work. You don't want that job. You don't want to work at McDonald's, but you don't want to get kicked out either. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to go get the job.
Nowadays, people are complaining that some internships are requiring them to have experience too. Like, am I an intern or an employee?
What? That's actually crazy. 3 to 5 years for an internship? What the hell?
You mean I need experience. But there may just be one beacon of hope for Gen Z. Hustlers University. Nah, I'm just kidding. Over the next 20 years, Gen Z and millennials are supposed to have the biggest wealth transfer of all time. It's estimated that $84 trillion of assets are going to be passed down from the older generations to us. And that's accounting everybody 40 and below. According to the new updated terms of being UNC status by the internet though, if you're over the age of 20 years old now, you're too old and you won't qualify. This is all counting though if your family does have assets.
See what I'm saying? How many families have a house that they could pack, a car that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Not too many families, at least I don't know where I come from, you know what I'm saying? The way I grew up, not too many people have things to pass down to their children, unless it's their car, the house, that's about it.
Since they could actually pass down, which a majority of people might have like a car and maybe their parents' house. But if they're still paying for that shit, yeah, you better run away or you're gonna have to take over them mortgage payments. Or if your family even likes you for real, they could just spend their last money on like some nice ass jewelry and die with the drip as a last. A lot of this really won't matter though, because since everything is still going up, that money's probably going to be worth 1/3 of what it should actually be worth. The sad thing about all of this is we all know the system is taking place in front of our eyes and we can't do anything about it. We know the politicians will sell us out with a couple of donuts on the table, and the companies can keep doing it as long as it's like that. The only way this changes is when those older generations die off and the younger ones take over, is that we become the heroes and fix all issues, which will definitely happen for sure, because we're the most caring generation.
I said this, we're the most social, emotional, aware generation for sure. We acknowledge people's feelings, even if we make fun of them or clown them. We still could tell. We can tell when someone's about to cry. We can tell when someone's sad. We can tell when someone's, you know what I'm saying? I would say Gen Z is definitely the most emotional, socially aware. Like I say, we don't want to offend people. Even if we're not even talking on camera, we'll be like, my bad. Like, I would definitely say we're the most socially, emotionally aware generation.
Always listen to each other with open minds. We'll have like 5 solid years before we bankrupt the world. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. I don't want to give everybody a doomer mindset, you know, like there is still hope for things. Things have already changed with time compared to the past. Like we've gotten way better at a lot of stuff. So don't worry everyone, have hope. We got Elon Musk running around with the chainsaw in the White House. Surely he'll do something. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
And that was TommyNFG. What a great motherfucking video. Nintendo. They talking about the Nintendo prices. Yep. And I would definitely say that man, oh man, oh man. I like to read the comments a little bit. Yep. Okay. And that was TommyNFG, why Gen Z will never own anything. I think always love videos like this, or videos that just spark thought. Like, I mean, yes, I do like watching gaming or mindless, stupid, goofy, funny shit, brain rot. You know what I'm saying? I do like to numb my brain, but you know, this was just a good video, food for thought. And like I said, I wanted to react to it, and I had that in the watch later for a little minute. And now we have